had a funny email exchange because I heard you on Howard Stern with Snoop.
Oh yeah.
And he was like smoking Snoop's weed.
It's the same as Be Real. They've got weed. Like I smoke as much as him for sure, but those guys,
they have different weed.
They do it in a like it's just like they've got like 5 each.
Yeah,
it's just like you give that guy one and then they give it back, and you're just like,
it's a different level of intake.
Yeah,
it's like I'm not used to that. And like, yeah.
But I just emailed you and said I just thought it was really funny. Like that was a great bit. You and Snoop was hilarious, and he said, yeah, I was not okay after that.
Yeah, I was okay on the show. And then afterwards, also Snoop is like fascinated with these cross joints I roll and he likes them. And there's like a novelty to them. So every time I'm with him, he's like, gotta roll a cross joint. So we were on the show and then we go back to, he has like a little trailer that is like a quarter of the size of this room we are in right now.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, roll some cross joints with this like 50% THC weed that I have. That is like, like not when I'm used to smoking. That's what he had. And I'm in the, I'll go to the 30s. I'll have a 4 every once in a while, but like his weed, I don't know, like it was wild. And so I roll like some gigantic cross joints and we hotbox this like little tiny room. Meanwhile, he has blunts he's smoking. It's like, it's like he has a blunt to wash down the cross joint as we're smoking it. And he's passing that, he's passing this. And it's just like, what is happening right now? And then he gets in his car, he's driven off, and I literally, my car was like parked in an alley behind the studio, and I got in my car and sat in it for like an hour. It was just like, I can't do anything.
Didn't that happen
That's how I felt.
Didn't that happen to you when you did Be Real?
I did Be Real's
He
podcast.
didn't even smoke.
I didn't even smoke.
They're in a little car, right?
But I did, not the one in the car. I wouldn't survive that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I was just in the room, and my lungs were burning in the room. And then I got in my car, same thing, and I was supposed to go meet my family for dinner, and I just sat in my car like, I can't drive.
Do anything right now.
Yeah, I did that show, and I'm friends with Be Real. He's awesome, but
that's great.
One of the co-hosts.
When I was in high school, I used to sit in my room and listen to Cypress Hill and smoke.
So great.
I love it. One of the co-hosts had a dab bong, and everybody had a joint. Everybody had one. And he had a dab bong, and the room is you got high and you didn't smoke. So you're getting that, and I'm smoking this, and I'm looking at this guy, and he's doing a dab, and he's got a joint in his hand while he's talking, asking me about skateboarding or something. I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah. There's been a few, and I'm sure you have someone like me, who smokes a lot of weed, there's probably like a dozen times in my life when you're in a room with people, you're like, I smoke a lot of weed. These people really smoke a lot of weed. It is insane. Yeah.
Like how much air do they breathe versus weed smoke?
I remember
what's the ratio?
Snoop Dogg recorded a song for This Is the End that's like during the end credits. And we went to the recording because, we went to the recording studio while they recorded the song. And it was like that. It was like so constant and crazy. And like Craig Robinson was there, who's in the movie. And I literally at one point look over and he's like asleep on the couch. And I'm just like, oh, like this is like, we have like a body count after this, like all from just smoking so much weed. It's like, it was truly insane. One time I went to the High Time Stoner of the Year Awards, where you would expect there to be a lot of weed, and Funkadelic was the band.
Oh, wow.
And they're, again, backstage in a green room around this size. There's like 45 in Funkadelic, and every one of them is smoking weed. This tiny room, there's like 50 joints being passed around at the same time. I had just gone to the dentist that day and had my teeth cleaned, and so my mouth and face was like numb. And I remember I had to get up, and it was one of those moments where I was like on stage speaking, accepting the award, having the thoughts of like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening right now. Like, how did I get up here? I feel insane. I can't feel my head. It's like, what in the name of God is going on here? It was truly sometimes you get real high.